Hey everybody, Lucky here. This is an FYI guide to artifact weapons. Now this is not going to be class specific, this is just about artifact weapons in general. Now if you've already been playing for a while, know everything there is to know about artifact weapons, already set with yours, this guide is going to be very boring for you. This is definitely intended for either new players, people who are getting to Legion late, or people who just haven't really put a lot of thought or time into their artifact weapons. And so that's what this is about. Some good tips and some helpful hints about the artifact weapon. So first off, once you hit 110, make sure that in whatever class you are, your class hall, you will get a quest, and that quest will be to start artifact research. Now, start that immediately. This is very important that you have as much artifact research as you can. This will help you gain more artifact knowledge from the little trinkets and doodads that drop in chests and from completing quests and whatnot that give you artifact power. So the higher your artifact knowledge is, the more artifact power you get from these little nuggets and whatnot that you'll get while questing and leveling up. And so once you get that quest, definitely start it right away. You'll want to get your artifact knowledge up as quickly as possible. So every time you have a chance to, you want to continue your research, and you'll want to do that until you're maxed out. Now, it takes days at a time to research, so that's why I'm saying get on it immediately, stay on it. If you are not using the Legion app, I definitely suggest using it. It's really helpful, so that way, because not everybody's playing 24 hours a day, I know I'm not. And so this way you can check it and start
Death to your enemies.
Anyways, if you have a main already and you're doing this with an alt, the other nice thing you can do is go to your artifact knowledge researcher person in your class hall. You can ask him if he has any artifact research already prepared. And if you are level 25 minimum, you can actually purchase this, and you can purchase this before that too, but really it's the same price regardless, so wait until you're minimum of 25. And I believe with 7.2 it's probably going to go even higher than that, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't seen anything about it. But at least when you're 25, you can buy one of these compendiums for 1,000 class hall resources and send it to any of your alts. And when they hit 110, they can study it, and they automatically bump up to artifact research of 20. So really, really nice to have artifact research of 20. As soon as you hit 110, all those little nuggets and whatnot start giving you a ton of artifact power, and you'll fill up your weapon pretty fast. And just continue doing your research. Now with 7.2, you can research all the way up to artifact knowledge 35. And so once you do that, go to wherever it is in your class hall that you can upgrade your weapon. And so my next thing I wanted to talk to you about was these little relics, I believe they call them. You'll get these along your way by doing quests. People will give them to you. The last one will open up when you do your class hall quest. Now, I didn't know this, and maybe it's just because I wasn't reading or paying attention, but at first I didn't realize that these each had different elements assigned to them, and every weapon is going to be different, and even different weapons for the warrior. These things are not all the same. And so make sure you read what they are, what the slot actually takes. For an example, this is a fire artifact relic. This one is a storm artifact relic, and this one is an iron artifact relic. I never paid attention, so when I finished my class hall quests and I completed everything and I opened up this last one, it gives me a choice to get a relic, and I read them all, but I didn't read that it was iron or fire or whatever, storm. And I was confused because they all said exactly the same thing. They gave me the exact same bonus, so I just picked the first one, went with it. Well, then when I went to equip it in here, it was a fire artifact relic, and so obviously did not fit in the iron spot that I have here. So make sure you're paying attention to that, especially if you're new to this. Just look at what your last slot is when you open that up after completing your class hall quest, and take the appropriate relic for that. Alright, next thing is, once you have all of your spots filled up, and this is not a talent calculator in any way, or a calculator for how you should spec into your weapon. I would use Icy Veins, or there's other good things out there that kind of show you which direction you should go first and where you should put your points, allot your points before going to the next step. So I would suggest going there for that. Obviously, I told you this is not going to be class specific, so use other sources to figure out where you should be putting your points in to get your weapon completely filled up. But what I did want to talk to you about on these things is once you have everything filled up in here, well, once you have all these the gold ones filled up, it'll open up a hidden or an extra little piece over here. And then once you have everything filled up, you can actually start putting points into here. So once you max everything out and you put a point into here, at first I was like, well, I guess that's it. I'm done with this weapon. And then I started doing some reading and stuff, and then I realized you can keep putting points into this. So this is really awesome. It started out, you know, giving me a 0.5% increase in damage, which I didn't think was a whole lot, but now I've got 5 points in there, and now I have an increased damage by 7%. That's all my damage. So this is a really nice little extra talent to have, and I can just keep putting as many points into there as I want, as far as I know. So definitely, if you are wanting to stick with one class or one spec specifically, just keep putting your points into that extra artifact knowledge here, or artifact power here on the weapon, and this will make your weapon even better than what it was before. And so that's really it. That's really what I want to talk to you about, the artifact weapons. And as I'm sure you know, you can change your appearances, and they'll tell you how you get those different appearances. I really don't like the way any of these look because I'm an orc, and I think all orcs should use axes because that just seems correct to me. So I transmog my swords to look like axes, so I really don't care about my appearances. And in here, you can tell what your artifact research is. Just scroll over this number, and it will tell you how many total ranks you've purchased, and it will tell you what your artifact knowledge is and how much of an increase you're getting from that artifact knowledge. And as you see here, I'm artifact knowledge level 27, and so I'm currently increasing my artifact power gains by 130%. So huge bonus. I mean, I'm getting these little nuggets that are worth $500,000 sometimes, so, and sometimes more. I think I completed a world quest that ended up giving me like 800 some thousand. So as you see, like my next rank here to put another is 2.3 million artifact power, which seems ridiculous, but when you're getting $500,000 at a time, it goes pretty quick. And so anyways, that is the artifact weapon. So whatever your class is, whatever artifact weapon you're using, that is the best information and tips I can give you for that, and getting this built up as quickly as possible, and having fun with it. Hopefully you don't make the same mistakes I did and buy the wrong, or take the wrong relic here, and think that you should start spending artifact power in your other artifacts before really pumping up your main weapon here. So anyways, good luck to you guys. Let me know if you have any questions about this, or you have any ideas that you'd like to share, or any other tips that would be helpful for other new players. And if you have any requests for videos, please put them in the comments below, and I'm happy to make any videos about World of Warcraft. And check out my mount guide videos if you're looking for certain mounts. Have a great day.